Morning, Captain. And away we go. All right, let's get back at this. Look at Bed Bath and Beyond trading. That's okay. I'll stick with the ones where I've got zero leverage, but decent gains. Sold off. Afternoon, Dave. Right, okay, I'm just kind of looking at what else is moving right now. Quick look, let's just made some. Morning, Steve. Chilly Florida. Trust me, it's not as chilly as it is here. Actually, it's not. It's a bit cold, but it's not too bad here in Ireland. Hey, Alistair. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers. HKD making a move. Don't like trading this. I can't get leverage on this anyway, but I don't like trade. I mean, I don't need leverage because I've got a large account, but I don't like trading this one. But it's making its move up. Currently 18% up on the day. I'm climbing. Morning, Mike. My face frozen, is it? Let me have a quick look at that. It shouldn't be. Oh, there we go. Fixed. There we go. Not that you really want to see my face anyway, but hey, look, what am I going to do? Hey, Farron. So already, did you manage to get those two moves there on Alistair? I don't think it's your first day back, but HKD. See, that's why I don't like HKD. It has a history. It's on my no trade list for a reason, and that's the reason. It has a history of doing that. But aside from the wider spreads and the lower liquidity, it just has a history of doing that. It has a big move up and then a big flush down, and then another big move up and another big flush down. The volatility on it is horrible. Well, let's say it's horrible. I mean, you want volatility, obviously, but HKD, it's just it doesn't obey the patterns. Don't break out in the same way. It's just a very dangerous stock to trade. Nice one. Nice one. Let's pull back a little bit now. Nice flag setup. So now we're kind of looking for it to break over the quarter dollar again on Bior. If we're looking at Biora Therapeutics, we're going to put another one of these in there. So got down a whole bunch of technical resistance and support lines on that one. Lipo just up, managed to get a couple of trades on this one. So I got in, got out, and then it came back down here. So I got in for the break of $6 originally, yeah, so it's reasonably decent. Bior, when this is up quite a bit, 68% up on the day, but right now it's just ranging sideways along the VWAP, so be careful. Bed Bath and Beyond at 58% short, so just be wary of Bed Bath and Beyond. What I would say about Bed Bath and Beyond is, while it's highly shorted, and that's the attractive thing with Bior, so Biora. But Bed Bath and Beyond, while it's highly shorted, it's in a lot of financial trouble. So just be wary of a potential secondary offering here, another offering. So what they may well do is to raise money to get them out of the mire. They might well just float. So if we get a squeeze on those short positions, and it pumps up, and let's say it gets over $5, $6, $7, great if you can ride that up, but there's a high likelihood they will hit the market with an offering just to get money in the coffers, to keep them afloat for a little bit longer, the same way that Revlon did last summer. And if they do that, it's going to tank the stock price again. So just be wary of that. Morning. Might be worth having a look at the recent filings, SEC filings with Bed Bath & Beyond, just to see if they have got a potential option to hit the market with more dilution. Hey, Bbby. Hey, Bbby. You've been out this morning. I'm not taking you out now. You can wait. Look, if you're after attention, you have to wait. I'm busy. Howl. That's top of the list right now. Let's have a quick look at Werewolf. This is Werewolf Therapeutics, and just had a little bit of a spike. It went up to kind of 315 earlier, pulling back really hard. I just want to see what the catalyst is on this. I didn't really look at it because all right, okay, so Howl soars, which is Werewolf Therapeutics, soars on RA capital stake increase. Street sees a 5% upside. Yesterday, after hours, RA Capital ups the stake and may engage in talks so that could be interesting. Not a huge volume. That's the thing with this one. I wouldn't say it's got great volume. Well, we're looking at probably 2x relative volume, but I think there's better things to trade today. Certainly so far. Oh, it certainly can. I mean, let's go back to HKD. It certainly can. It's not on my trade. It's on my no trade list. I've been burnt by HKD a couple of times now. I made a nice killing with it. I made about 20,000 with it or something last summer, well, last autumn. Whenever it popped up, September I think it was, or was it August? Might have been August. So I made some good money with it back when it popped up and went over kind of $1,000. But that was just purely spec. I was ready to take the hit on that, and I only bought, I think it was like 500 shares or 100 shares or whatever it was. I was ready to take the hit on it, but it went my way. However, since then, every time I tried to trade it, I've lost money on it, so it's gone on my no trade list. But yeah, this can pop up and gap up, certainly. I mean, it's up at the moment. It's 10% up on the day. So could it continue to move up after the bell? Yes, it could. Will it? Well, my answer to that is there a reason for it to? You know, if I'm looking at gap and go candidates, and this is what I do every morning, this time or between 12 kind of between 7 and 8 market time, I look at the market and I look at what candidates there are for gap and go. That's kind of what I hit my watch list with for gap and go candidates, and I look for stocks that have a catalyst, that are moving up on above average volume, that have a catalyst, and there's a reason for them to move up. Now, that being said, AMT Digital is trading higher after the company announced it had received further confirmation of the previously announced 2-year lockup undertakings from key shareholders. So I don't think that's a really strong. It's a catalyst, but I don't think it's a really strong catalyst. I mean, this they got the key lockup. This was last night, by the way, that this news came out. We'll see. It could move. And again, this hit the market with an offering there as well a little while ago, and I'm not a big fan of this particular stock. Yeah, it's the catalyst is the 2-year lockup undertaking. I don't like this music. Give me a bit of energy. That's better. Straight away. That white noise music, it's okay in its own place, but sometimes it's just exactly that. White noise, and it's annoying. It's great if you're on the phone and it's just kind of background noise. In a call center, for example, it can drown out the chatter, but yeah, absolutely, they absolutely are. I'm not too sure about pump and dumps, but they certainly get manipulated in that fashion. They move up on very low volume. Body, AMTD Digital, and of course AMTD Group, with user trading sympathy with that. G-Sun Education, Golden Sun Education, absolutely, they have those kind of moves. And they do it on lower volume as well, which is always a bit of a worry. So right now, you look at HKD, it's up, what, 11%, but it's 600 shares traded. So that's the total volume on the day. That's a third of what it would trade on a normal day, so it probably will get a higher daily volume today. So over the last 3 months, it's traded 1.8 million per day. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond, for example, over the last 3 months has traded 15 million. You know, so it's a bigger float as well, though. So I just think that it's a dangerous stock to trade. I'm not saying don't trade it. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying you can't make money trading it either. I think you can, and in fact, I know you can because I've done it myself. But just be careful. Stocks like this, I would say, because they tend to have a wider spread in a lot of cases. The liquidity is a lot lower, so you tend to get slippage on your moves. So trade with limit orders instead of market orders, or you get slippage. And use stops. It's more risky to trade it out of regular hours, but after the bell, trade it with stops. Put those safety nets in place. Just manage your risk. Pay particular attention to risk management with stock like this. It can be going quite well one way and then reverse very, very quickly. So just be wary of that. Innovative, whatever flavor you're having today. Innovative, no volume. It's made a move up, but there's no volume. I'm just looking at the volume, the momentum stocks right now. There's not a lot moving right now in terms of momentum stocks. So we've got plenty of time. We've got an hour before the market opens, so you know we can look at what actually is moving. Bed Bath and Beyond is ranging sideways at the moment, 260s. So that's interesting. Continues to be of interest. And Vitae, yeah. So in Vitae, I've not traded this one for a while. In Vitae, it's low volume. I mean, it's 3% up on the day, so I wouldn't. When it's a $2 stock and it's 3% up, it's for me, it's not even worth, on low volume. It's not even worth considering. So yeah, not a trade for me right now. Frontline is probably the most volume in the last 15 minutes. This downwards level here, but it's starting to make a move back up. DoorDash, higher float stock, mid cap, just spiked up to 49 from 48, a whole dollar move. Oh, sorry, spiked down from 49 to 48, a whole dollar move, and then popped back up again. So low volume, probably not worth trading, but it's hit the scanners. So maybe I should. I don't know why my scanner's there saying that's 1.4 million when it's 1.356 on the montage. I trust the montage more than I trust Benzinga, but there you go. Let's have a look at AMC. AMC, a long way off the $40 level that it was at a couple of years ago, but AMC now 430s. See, I'm wary of crypto at the moment. I'm going to be cashing in at the end of this month. I'm cashing in all my crypto, and unless I see some significant movement, I'm going to cash in all my crypto for a loss and start again. And I'll be doing that with quite a bit of my portfolio. I'm just going to. You can actually take your losses and write it off against the tax on your profits. So because I've got long term, and that's why I keep it separate. But for that very reason, I have my day trading profits, which I keep separate, and then that's what I get most of my tax liability against. But then I've got my long term holdings, which is more for my retirement and stuff. When I'm making a loss there, I can actually cash that in, liquidate the assets for a loss, and I can use that loss and offset that against tax liabilities on my day trading profits, and then I can reinvest that again, even by the same stock, you know, a couple of weeks later or whatever. Maybe I don't get the full move back up again, but it's off the back of it. I've never had to do it before, but off the back of this last year, the bear market that we've been in this last year, it makes sense for me to reduce some of my tax liabilities by just liquidating some of those long-term assets and starting again and rebuilding my portfolio all over again. No, it's not coming out today. CPI is not coming out today. It comes out tomorrow. It'll come out 8:30 tomorrow morning. So an hour before the market opens. But in terms of the crypto-related stocks, unless I see some kind of bullish action, which I feel at the moment, the Joe public sentiment on crypto right now is not favorable. I don't think we're going to see significant bullish action on crypto at the moment. I actually think we're probably going to see more downside action on crypto. I think we're probably going to get more smaller exchanges liquidated. We're going to get more bad news in terms of fraudulent activity. When it all washes out, it all comes out in the wash with regards to what actually happened with FTX. And if you're a conspiracy theory, you probably think a lot of it was planned, and the whole fraudulent activity that's going on there, possibly. But I think there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. So I think I probably will stay away from some of the more speculative cryptos. I've got my tokens on in a cold wallet at the moment, so which is why I've not cashed it in already. But I've got my tokens on a cold wallet, and what I'll do is I'll move them onto exchange and then cash them out for a loss. No, it's not. In my opinion, is Binance a safe platform? No, it's not. There's no such thing as a safe platform in crypto, quite frankly. If you've got your tokens on the exchange, you don't own those tokens. Or you don't own those coins. If they're on the exchange, you don't own them. What's the saying? Not your codes, not your crypto. If you're holding crypto long term, like I've been doing, move it into a cold wallet, and make sure you put your cold wallet somewhere safe. You don't want to be losing your cold wallet. So how you would deal with it is anything that you're holding long term, you move it off exchange, you get it off Binance or Coinbase or PancakeSwap or whatever exchange you're using. You get it off the exchange and into a secure cold wallet. I'm not going to start recommending which cold wallets are. I mean, Binance themselves have you can get a cold wallet with them, but Personally, I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're using Binance as your exchange to transact, I would use a different cold wallet. In fact, you don't even need a cold wallet. You can create your own cold wallet with a USB key. There's enough encryption tools out there that can allow you to do that. So, yeah. Well, I hope it continues to move up. XRP and Cardano, they're all moving up, of late. Let me just have a quick look at the crypto space. And I don't like talking too much on crypto for the very reason that this is a more of a it's not a crypto channel. But Bitcoin, as we stand today, is 17.4 thousand. We've got Cardano 31, so I'm still well in the hole in Cardano. XRP at 36, my average is 42 cents, so I'm not too far off with the XRP. I'm way underwater with Cardano. I'm underwater with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Ethereum is 1,300 bucks, and that's your crypto update for today, guys. When making a little bit of a move back up. Nah. Needs to be over 4, really. Husty with Tony, yeah, blocked in. So there's a few. So the ultimate aim of some of these scammers is that they want to try and friend you guys so that they can kind of clone my account. They'll steal some of my videos, pretend to be me. They'll get enough. They want to get enough followers. So the key area here is if it's not got over 10,000 followers, it's not me. okay, on TikTok. What they'll do is they will try and get over 1,000 followers, which will then enable them to go live. And what they'll then do is they'll start restreaming my live sessions as their own, pretending to be me. And then they can start legitimately, or illegitimately rather, trying to make out that I'm going to trade for people, or whatever it is, that however they're trying to do the scam. Get you onto the WhatsApp group or their Telegram group or whatever it is, ask you for money, give you some kind of bullcrap returns. I'll trade on your behalf, we'll go 50-50 and all this kind of stuff. And it's a scam. You'll send your money across thinking you're sending it to me. You'll never hear from them again. You'll never see your money again. And then you'll get angry at me thinking that you've sent me money. So don't do it. Dennis, if you wanted to learn, it's not crypto, it's just a scam, full stop. Dennis, if you want to learn how to trade from scratch, I actually teach people and mentor people. So if you want to mentor, well, you don't have to do it with me. The first thing you should do from scratch is learn about the stock market. Just do a bit of research, you know, how does it work? Then learn how to download yourself a copy of TradingView, or just go to tradingview.com, look at the candlestick chart, start looking at how charting is, and learn the basic fundamental principles of charting and technical analysis. Then learn how to trade. Take a course, take a couple of courses, read some books. Do not put money into an account. Do not open a brokerage account until you've actually got the basics down pat. Once you've got the basics down pat, practice in a simulator for at least 3 months. At least 3 months to the minimum in a simulator. Do not do it for less. You might get some good results after a month. Doesn't matter. Make sure that you've got consistent results for at least 3 months with no money on the line in a simulator. Then start small. Okay? So, Dennis, check out my link tree. If you want me to be your mentor, check out my link tree. There's all my contact details are there, but also there's the Day Trade with Tony course that I put together on by demand from this particular community, this particular stream and this community here. The Day Trade with Tony course, it's $120 a month for as long as you want to stay on it. That will teach you the basics, but it will also give you some intermediate. It'll teach you my strategies. It'll teach you the knowledge that I have and my strategies, what I use, what I'm looking for, how I find stocks to trade, etc. And also, just keep coming back to this stream because I give away most of the information you need for free. But if you want it all condensed in, and me as a mentor, you get access to my private Discord group and direct mentorship from myself. Get on the Day Trade with Tony course. Simple. Well, I did. I was 14,000 down at one stage yesterday morning, and I finished just over 6,000 up. So, to be fair, I've watched Ross a couple of times recently, and he's sized down hugely. He used to be doing, he used to be doing like 25, 35, 50,000 shares at a time on some of these small stocks, and he himself, with his following, was manipulating the price action, the price movement. So he's sized down quite considerably now. Now he's similar kind of sizes to what I take, kind of 2.5, 3, 4, 5,000 shares at a time. But I know he got fined back in last year for stock manipulation. But look, the guy's a good trader. He gives away a lot of good information. I mean, if we look at Bior over the last while, let's have a look at this over 15 minutes. If you look at this yesterday, it was difficult to lose money on this in the back end of the day. This is where I got most of my returns in the last hour of the market yesterday. That's really where I got the majority of my returns. If I look at, let's have, I had a busy day yesterday. So I traded Bed Bath & Beyond. I actually lost 450 bucks on that. PRE, I made just over 2,000 on that. Jasper, I lost 2,000. SHC, I made over 4,000 on that. BIOR, I made over 2,000. Frontline, 1,200, and CVAC, I lost 600. So that was my day yesterday. I think he sized down because he was accused of manipulating the market there. What am I looking for here? It's he was accused of manipulating the market there last year, Maxime, and he got heavily fined, or fined heavily, whichever way whatever flavour you're having. He got fined heavily for stock market manipulation. And because he was taking big size, not only was he taking big size, as a result, his following was following suit. And low float stocks, let's say you've got a 2 million float, and he's taking 100,000 shares on a 2 million float. It's this what's that 5%? So he got fined for stock market manipulation, I think, was in the end. So he sized down quite a lot. But again, the economies of scale don't really work with these low float stocks. If you take bigger size, it's a zero-sum market. So you've got to have a buyer for every seller and a seller for every buyer. The market makers only do so much. They work and they will take the opposite side of the position with you if you're basically going in there with market orders. Market orders don't work pre-market, it's all limit orders, but on the market they will fill you however, but you get slippage and that's where the level 2 comes in as well, because they will fill you at the next best price that they can get you filled with market orders. So market makers have a responsibility to take the opposite position that you take, but ultimately they're going to take a position and fill you at levels that they know they can offset that with. Do I check the daily chart to see when's a good time to get out of a winning trade? As yes and no. Okay. So I look at the daily chart, and I look at the daily chart for key levels, support, resistance, key levels. I look at the 60-minute chart, and I look at the daily chart. I've got that open in front of me right now. I've got the 1, 2, 5 minute, 60, and daily. Those are the charts I've got open on whatever I'm trading. So I've got 5 charts open for whatever I'm trading. Now I might be trading on the 1 or 2 minute or even on the 5 minute. I'm looking at the 60 and the daily for key levels of support and resistance. Now if I'm reaching a level of level of resistance, doesn't mean I'm going to get out. So I might not get out of a winning trade at that point, but what I will be wary of is I'll start looking for reversal signals. So I'll look for exit indicators on the price action. So whether that be if I reach that resistance level and then it pulls back and makes a new low, I'll probably exit. But when the market's going, it's good to have a stop in place, whether that be a mental stop pre-market, because stops don't work pre-market, or when the market opens, actually having a physical stop on the system to stop you actually losing any money. It's good to have that stop in place. But yeah, key levels, not only when you get to a key resistance level, it's also a good time to add to a position. If it breaks through and it's got good volume. If you break through a key resistance level, so for example on Bior, if you look at this on the daily here, you can see we've got a key level here at 380. So we reached 380. That was a peak back in September. So we go up to 380 on the 1 minute. That's kind of there. So you want to be watching that, of course you do, but it's not really paid much significance. The whole dollar here did. As you can see, went up to 3.99 there. So the whole dollar of $4, that area is key. It did go up as far as 4.19, so 4.20. Round number. I like looking at round numbers. 4.20 is a key level. In fact, 4.15 earlier this morning, first thing, and then 4.19. So those are kind of key levels. But yeah, I do look at the daily. Good morning, Leo Santos. The pre-market high on BWEN is, well, currently it's 367. No, that's not right. 419. 419 is the pre-market high on BWEN. $367 was the candle high. So the pre-market high is 419. Always look for confirmation. Always look for confirmation. Now, if the confirmation can come in multiple ways. You might be looking for confirmation on the volume increase. You might be looking for, it might be part of a pattern breakout. You might have had, coiling up to that point, so then it breaks, and so you're always looking for confirmation. What you don't want to be doing is, like, for example, you've got a resistance level here at $4. What you don't want to be doing is just getting in at $4. You want confirmation that it's going to break $4, and you want to be looking at the volume as well. So there's a number of different things that you want to be looking at before you just jump in and start chasing. My eyes are okay today, but my ears are not. So yeah, it's been quiet there, Imran. So there's not a lot of people chatting. Obviously, a lot of people know exactly what I'm doing by now, so they don't need to ask me the questions, I guess. Well, you can mark it on your chart there, Super Chip. I don't do it all the time, but I tend to just put it at a horizontal line there for pre-market highs a lot of the time, as you know, because you watch me every single day. So you should know that that's the case. I'll mark out key levels, but I don't necessarily need the key levels marked out because I've got the pre-market high. I've got the session high on the montage there as well. I'll take a look at Lucid for you. No problem at all. Another one of those EV manufacturers that I'm not a big fan of. Very low volume, no volatility whatsoever. We're talking like 0.5% ATR here, so but very low volume. 377,000 shares traded this session, and it's just sideways right now. I mean, you can see how sideways it is because all of the key indicators here are pretty much horizontal. They're not really doing it. The VWAP's horizontal, the 200 EMA is horizontal. The 20 and 9 EMA have got a little bit of movement in them, but there's not a lot happening with Lucid. It needs a catalyst. Lucid, very much like Mullen Automotive, probably the best thing that could happen to them is that they will be acquired by one of the bigger boys for the technology. They probably will not be around in 3 or 4 years' time. They won't be able to compete with the big crowds. It's simple as that. Victor, GameStop, that old chestnut. Yeah, no problem at all. I can take a look at GameStop. Again, no volume. 4-cent average true range. So there's not a lot of volatility. It is up. It's like 2.5% up on the day. that's not enough for me to think that that GameStop is going to go anywhere. There's no real catalyst driving it right now. It's and there's not a lot of people trading it. 92,000 shares traded all day. So if you're wondering what that snoring is, that is the chow chow. Well, it didn't. J-Spec. Why did Lipo sell off? So Lipella Pharmaceuticals, it didn't sell off. Look, this is the chart. It moved up, all the way up, and reached a high of 673, and it's retraced. It's at 519, 520. So it's still 66% up on the day. So I wouldn't say it's sold off. It's just retraced. Now, ideally, you want this back above $6, back above 575, above the VWAP, and it becomes interesting to me again. But which is why I'm watching it. I'm watching this above the VWAP. So right now, 520 under the VWAP. It's retraced, but it's not sold off. You look at it on the 60-minute, you'll see what I'm talking about. It had the move up, and it's still, when it was like $3 earlier, so before it moved, at $3, you know, it's a $3 stock. It's still over $5. So I wouldn't say it's retraced. I wouldn't say it's sold off. I'd say it's retraced a bit, and that's normal. Yes, super. Do you remember Revlon last year doing exactly the same thing? So Bed Bath & Beyond's barcoding at the minute. So just not a lot of, probably not worth. Yeah, it's probably not worth doing much to it. But yeah, you tend to happen like this because what can happen is when they're in the throes, when they're struggling financially, another player may come along before they go bankrupt, may come along and buy them out. And if you've got shares in this company and it gets bought out, quids in, happy days. You get paid out. The alternative is some people may be shorting it. So you think it's going to go bankrupt, you think it's going to go bust, you short it to zero, and in which case you're still going to have to cover at some stage, and people will cover when they're in a decent profit, and that adds to the buying. So it's heavily shorted. We're looking at what, 57% short interest, short float at the moment. 57% of the float is short, so there's a high level of short interest on Bed Bath & Beyond. But the big short interest today is Biora. So Biora Therapeutics, good catalyst, last couple of days, is 182% short. You might well ask me, well, how can it be 182% short? 100% of the stock is every share that's available. Yeah, absolutely, that's the case. But what you end up getting is when you've got brokers that are lending stock out, they will lend it to more than one person. That's the problem. So you end up with what's known as synthetic shares, and this can happen. So you've got brokers that will have people within their customer base that own shares of Biora, and they will then lend those shares out to other customers within their customer base. And then you're going to have others that have short locates that go out and find shares on the market to borrow so they can short it. So you end up with all of these what they call synthetic shares. 182%. There's like nearly twice as many shares as there are in the float. They're actually being sold, and not as many people buying. But then you're going to have people buying, and now with the catalyst, this is up. How much in a couple of days? This was a $2. This was a $2 stock just yesterday morning. So this has moved up to 940 today. Oh, like 940 after hours last night. It went up to. So shorts are going to need to cut because they're going to if they started shorting this at $4 yesterday, for example, and it's now at 640. It went up to 940. They're going to be thinking, oh crap, I need to get out, because this really could. I mean, this was what, $26, $27 back in August. So this could really move up, and there's no limit, there's no cap to the amount they can lose going short in theory, and that's a big problem. In theory, if you go long on a position, if you buy stock and with going long on it, so you're looking for the price to move up and you can sell it. If it doesn't move up and it sells off, the most you can actually lose is 100%. If you buy stock, the most you can lose is 100%, i.e. it goes to zero, gets delisted off the market and goes to zero, so you lose 100%. However, if the stock moves up and you're short on it, you've got the potential for infinite losses, because like this one today, Bior, it's currently 17%, but yesterday it went up and it was like 200% up on the day. Earlier today it was a good almost 100% up on the day, based on 940, finishing at $5 up at 940. You think you put that across the course of the day, it's from the $2 stock that it was yesterday, it's still what, 200% up on that right now. So you could lose 200% just by where it is. But in theory, this could go back up to $26, and you got in at what, 2, 4, whatever it was. You could lose an infinite amount of money. Obviously, that doesn't come to reality because you get liquidated before you do that by your broker. But in theory, you could lose an infinite amount of money as the stock continues to rise. So that's why it can be a lot more risky going short than it can going long. Alan, yes and no. So look, nobody goes broke taking profits. So some of those short positions will cover the lock-in profits, and as it continues to move up, they'll take more shorts. There'll be other short holders that will see that they're underwater, and they'll add to the position at a higher level, so averaging up, and continue to sell. So that whilst they're not covering, they're actually adding to the position. At some stage, they'll reach a point where, rather than get liquidated, they've run out of money and they will have to liquidate that position. They'll have to cover. At which point, that adds to the buying pressure and it moves up, and that's when the short squeeze kind of kicks in. So Bed Bath & Beyond does have quite a big social media following, the Reddit forums, Quora, etc. So it's not quite as popular as the likes of AMC and GME, but it does have a big following. It's similar people, and if people hold on to the shares whilst it's going broke, that's going to be a bad position. So people are going to be selling shares, and you don't want to be diamond hands is a terrible trading strategy. It absolutely the worst trading strategy that you can have. A diamond handsing stuff, unless you're actually value investing with, you know, the big cap stocks, the reputable S&P500 stocks that you're getting dividends with, and you've no intention of selling because you're actually getting an income from it. That's the only time you should diamond hands, is value investing. Trading, whether it be swing or day trading, diamond hands is a terrible strategy. Now, you'll see people on a lot of these forums that don't know what they're talking about. They'll be like, okay, well, this is going to squeeze, diamond hands, don't sell. If we've got the float, the retail owns the float and all this kind of stuff. Like, okay, first and foremost, if retail owns the float, there's no volume. There's no volume, there's no volatility. No volatility, no movement. Where are you going to get your gains from? You know, simple. Averaging down strategy, only do it from a position of strength. So you're averaging down again is dollar cost averaging is okay for long-term investing. I mean, I've been doing that with my portfolio, JSpec. So if you're holding Amazon and you were holding Amazon at like 150 and it's now 90, by all means buy more Amazon. If you're in it for the long term, it will go up and it will go on to reach all-time highs at some point in the future. And as long as you don't need to liquidate that position for a loss, that's fine. But in day trading, and you've seen me do it, it's a very risky strategy. And when I do down, when I'm streaming live and I do average down in a losing position, I always caveat with the point that this is a dangerous strategy. Do as I say, not as I do, because you really only want to be averaging down from a position of strength. If you're moving up and you've got a cushion on a ticker and it pulls back, you might want to buy the pullback for, you know, increased gains and continued move up. If it goes against you, you've still got to have that risk management and get out. Okay. However, if you enter a position and it pulls back, you've not got a cushion on there, you're better off just cutting your position. You can always get back in. If it continues to pull back, you can get back in later when it moves up at a cheaper price. If you average down, let's say it moves up, something moves up to $10. You buy in at $9, it moves up to $10. You add to the position at $10. It then pulls back to $9. Your average is now $9.50. So you're 50 cents per share underwater. What do? Do you add to your position? Well, you can, but what if it comes down to $8? You know, $1.50 for a bigger position. So it's a risky strategy to undertake. Some people, I'm not saying you can't be profitable doing it that way. Some people, that's how they do it. They look for reversals. They look for something that's selling off. It looks extended, then they'll take a long position. As it continues to sell off, they'll add and they'll average down and continue adding until it eventually moves back up. That's great if you've got a big account. You can do that with a large account and eventually it will come good. But it really throws your risk management out of the water, because how much you're prepared to risk. So for example, if you're doing that, you end up buying at $10, it comes down $5, $4, $3, and you're averaging down all the time, and then it moves back up to $5. How much have you risked to make $1, for example? You end up, your risk versus reward is not very good. You can get away with it for so long, but ultimately you're going to end up with a big loss at some stage that can wipe out a hell of a lot of your gains. So averaging down is not a great strategy. Only do it from a position of strength, and also manage your risk with, if you're doing it from a position of strength, manage your risk. So you see me do it, and I will still cut my position when it reaches a certain level. You need to have your ultimate cutoffs. You need to be disciplined about it. A lot of people will average down their position just to accommodate the price action. Now, DBGI. Made a move up. Got rejected at the $0.50. I can check TAL Education. So Chinese stocks have been doing well this last couple of days. Sideways for TAL the last couple of days, really. TAL Education, 973, not a lot of volume, 55,000 shares traded today. Not a great deal of volume. 2-cent average true range, so yeah, probably wait till after the bell if you're thinking of trading that. We've got 25 minutes to the bell, 25 minutes to the open. Bed Bath & Beyond seems to have woken up. So it was starting to barcode for a little while. But barcode is basically, it's just sideways, but and you've got the range, which is the spread. It's moving, and it's just, all you got is the difference between the spread, difference between the bid and the ask, and it's moving sideways. That's what barcoding is. Now it did wake up, a little bit of a dip before it moved back up. It went up to it got rejected at $0.75. So see if it moves back up again. But Bed Bath & Beyond, definitely not something that I would recommend anybody buying and holding. I don't make recommendations anyway, but just to put this into context, Bed Bath & Beyond is on the cusp of bankruptcy. They've not yet filed, but that's one of the options that they are looking at. Another option that they're going to be looking at is issuing a stock dilution. So they've been looking to issue another offering on the market if they can get the price above a certain level. Guaranteed, that's what they're looking at. That'll be another thing that they're looking at. If they can get the price point, the stock price above, say, $3, $5, whatever, and then hit the market with an offering, yes, the price will tank, but they'll get all that into the coffers, and it may stay off the execution for a little bit longer, and they can pay off some debts, and maybe even get back into a positive footing from a retail perspective. Natural gas, yeah. So gas, until this until Putin's conflict in Ukraine is resolved, natural gas is going to be artificially high. So I would be wary about natural gas. Yes, it's going to be inflated. It's going to be naturally high, and the demand is high and the supply is low. So laws of supply and demand pushes the price up. So you're going to have natural gas artificially high whilst this conflict's there. Once the conflict is resolved or stopped, I'm not saying that's going to be anytime soon, once it comes to an end, and none of us might be here by then, because it could escalate and become an all-out thermonuclear war. I'm not saying that it will, but there's there is always that potential. But if that does happen, we're not going to be here to see the price come down. If for whatever reason Putin decides to withdraw, or he gets defeated, or whatever, the conflict comes to an end via diplomacy, or however it comes to an end, then the supplies resume. You'll end up with a surplus of gas, and then the price will fall down. So just bear that in mind. How long have I been trading? I've been in the markets for about 15 years, but I've been day trading for a living for nearly 3. Not a way for a company to liquidate or cash out. They're a way for them to raise money there, J-Spec. So think of it this way, okay? If a company issues let's just say there's a company's got 5 million shares on the stock exchange, and they move the stock price up to, let's say, $10, and then they say, okay, it's $10. That company only owns a small percentage of those shares. It's the retail crowd and institutional investments are owning that company on the stock exchange. So then what they do is they'll issue a secondary offering or a tertiary offering or whatever it is, and they'll issue maybe another 2 million shares. So what that actually does, it doesn't change the value of the company, and that's the big thing here. What it does is it dilutes the shareholding of everybody that's holding shares out there. What it does is the company might be worth, let's say, a $5 billion company, and there's 10 million shares or whatever it is, and they issue another 2 million shares. Everybody's shareholding, everybody's value that they're getting, there's another 2 million shares out there. So the stock price falls, and it usually falls to accommodate that. But those shares that are being issued are owned by the company until they're bought up by the people by the stock exchange, by Joe Public or retail investors or whatever. So they're bought off the company, putting cash into the company, allowing the company to raise funds to pay off debts or working capital or whatever it is. So putting an offering out to the market. A lot of these garbage companies that I'm trading on a daily basis, and Bior seems to be making a move back up. A lot of these garbage companies that I trade on a daily basis, they make more money by issuing secondary offerings. Think about ToughBuilt. A couple of months ago, I think they issued 2 secondary offerings across the course of the year last year, or whatever it was. But think about ToughBuilt, how that moved up and then they hit the market with an offering. I got caught in that flush pre-market, and we lost I think $1.50 on it. Moved a whole $2 down. I lost a whole $1.50 per share on that. And it really, I think I lost 15 grand in total on that. But they sold those shares. Now they might not have sold the shares at the market price when they hit the market with the offering, but they sold them. So every share that got bought up was additional revenue into the company's coffers. So that's what a company offering is. It's a way of raising money for the company to continue operating or pay debts or working capital or whatever it is. Yeah, it is. The reason that it's natural gas is at a level below from when the war started. So it moved up on fears. So fear is a much stronger emotion than greed. Just bear that in mind. So it moved up on fear that Putin would not continue to supply. He has continued to supply, but they've actually cut supply. So they've moved up with the war, and what has happened in the meantime is people have sought additional supply opportunities, shall we say. So they've looked for additional gas suppliers other than what they were getting from Russia. So now, because other operators are increasing output to address the shortfall, when the conflict is resolved, what will happen is that supply will then increase from Russia and will be available again, and there'll be a surplus of natural gas, which will make the price fall again. So when the war started, I made quite a bit of money on the oil companies, on the energy companies. So the likes of Indonesian Energy, I think it was February or March last year, I made a killing on Indonesian Energy as that moved up. Some of the US US Energy, USEG, US Energy, or US Gas, or whatever it was. I made quite a few on those stocks as well, on the back of it. Yeah, I don't like spread betting. Well, the advantages of spread betting in the UK and Ireland is it's tax-free. Any gains are tax-free. The disadvantages are it's like market orders. The spreads are wider first and foremost, and it's geared in line with the bookies that you're working with. It's geared in line with them. They've got an edge for it. Well, shorting the market right now, I think might be a little bit pessimistic. I don't think there's a lot more. I think we might have actually bottomed at the end of last year, kind of September, October time on the market. That's not me. Let's have a look at the market, because they're green today, by the way. So this is the SPY, which is the Spider S&P ETF. S&P tracks the S&P 500. So this is equivalent to the E-mini or the S&P 500 futures market. So this is it's about a tenth of the price of the S&P 500 futures market, but it tends to track it fairly well. Not exactly, but fairly well. So it's a good barometer for the market. So the SPY. So yeah, I think October. I think we reached early October was when we reached the bottom on this one. I think that might be when we bottomed out. End of September, early October. I could be wrong. We may see further downside, but I personally, I think we hit that back in October. But we're above the VWAP today, so it's looking bullish at the moment. Tomorrow could be of interest when the CPI data comes out tomorrow. I mean, let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, guys. I don't use Think or Swim, Don Black. I have practiced on Think or Swim from a paper trading perspective, but I can't use, because Thinkorswim is TD Ameritrade, and I can't use TD Ameritrade because I'm not in the US. So I don't use Thinkorswim. I do use level 2, but I'm using Dash Trader. The level 2 that I've got is on Dash Trader. Well, I don't know if there's going to be pumps or dumps tomorrow. It's going to go one way or the other, obviously, but I don't know which way yet. I'm not sure. So Lipo testing the VWAP again. This could be of interest. I mean, it's 60%, 75%, 78% up on the day now. Retesting the VWAP, moving back up. So whoever said that, why did it sell off? No, it retraced. That's what happens. You get a big extension, it pulls back. Think of the way that the stock market moves. The price action moves. You've got to think of the elastic band analogy, okay? And I use this on the course. I've used this elastic band for teaching on the Day Trade with Tony course. Is when you extend an elastic band. Think of you've got an elastic band around both your hands, and you pull it out, and it becomes stretched, okay? And as it becomes stretched, you get increased resistance. So the more extended this elastic band becomes, the more resistance that you get. I think was it Bullworker or something with the stretchy things that the gym gimmick, Get Fit gimmick or whatever. But look, you've got the elastic band that becomes stretched, okay? That's the first bit. So eventually, you're going to get fatigued, and you're going to have to come back and retrace a little bit. Now, you don't have to retrace all the way back because the rubber's stretched, so it's like a balloon. You have to stretch it before you blow it, and then it's so the next time you stretch it, it might stretch a little bit further. So the price actions are very similar to that. So you get extended move to the upside, it will retrace. That's not to say it's done. It may then move back up to the upside and make a continuation. It may not reach those highs, but that retracement is exactly that. It's a retracement. It doesn't mean it's up and sell off. Now, you do get those what are known as pump and dumps, where they do move up and then sell off. Usually those happen without much of a catalyst. So this one's now testing. What I want to see here is for this to move up, break the VWAP as it has done, come back, test the VWAP as support, 560 as support, and then move up and make a new high. So now I'm looking for a pullback here. There's a pullback, and then make a new high. So we're now looking for a candle here, make a new high. Tested the VWAP here as support. Didn't get support at the VWAP, may get it at the $0.50. There's a confluence of support there. We've got the VWAP at 560. We've got the $0.50, which is a psychological level. We've got the 9 EMA at 547. So confluence of support lines there. So let's see what happens. We now want a new high. First candle to make a new high could be of interest. So the high of this candle is 575. Now we're looking for something to get above that $0.75 level. Where's my music gone? There you go. What's the news on Lipella? Well, the news on Lipella is that they've announced top-line results of a phase 2 clinical trial. And they're going to be presenting those results at the Biotech Showcase today at 2 p.m. East Coast. It's a very small float as well. It's a 3 million float, and the relative volume on this is huge. So normally would do 102,000 shares a day. It's already done over 6 million. So it's like 60x. In terms of the relative volume. So that's what's the news on Lipella. Yeah, it's an argument for an inverted head and shoulders, I guess. There's on the 1 minute, there's one shoulder, there's the head, and then there's the other shoulder, I guess. And then the neckline there for kind of 540 move up. Yeah, it's a loose argument, but yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah, I've looked at BUN. It's very sideways over the last hour or so, last couple of hours. It's actually underneath the VWAP, so it's not down at 350s right now. It's underneath the VWAP, so probably not going to be of interest until it gets back above the VWAP for me. 375 or above, and then I might look at it. So I've looked at that's BUNLN. This is Broadwind, and this also has a decent catalyst. So Broadwind, Broadwind is a renewable energy supplier, and they announced a 175 million wind tower order with a global turbine manufacturer. Slightly higher float than the last one, so 19 million in the float here, and relative volume normally does like 90,000 shares a day over the last 3 months, 7.5 million today. So it's like 75x on the relative volume, which is huge. Enter 4. Huh? I don't know what you mean, Alan. LIPO. Is that an EI or an EL, Klaatu? Let's go back at LIPO. So there we go. We've got the retest of the VWAP. We actually retested the $0.50, moved back up. So good entry here would have been 65. So I'm looking at 75 for the move here, ideally. Lopo? I mean Lipo? Lepella Pharma? Is this is the one that you're talking about, Klaatu? Someone else asked me on Bior, what do I think it will reach today? And my answer, when 182% shorted, it could just get additional short interest, you know. But I don't like doing stock picks or setting myself targets. I prefer to trade the action. The problem with Lightpella is there's no leverage. I'm getting no leverage on it. I've got a good sized account, but for anyone with a small account that's trading on CMEG, there's no leverage on this. Well, not on my CMEG at least. If you're on CMEG UK, let me know if you can get leverage on this. I'm looking for a move to retest the new highs there, ideally. Breaks the VWAP, I will get out. Yeah. We've got 3 minutes to the bell. 3 minutes to the open. Now this is one that we may well get a gap and go with this one. This gets over $6. This could motor up, even break $7. But I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm just saying it could. I did trade this earlier and managed to get a little bit of a cushion on it. Quite volatile. I mean, the ATR is 15 cents. So if you're not setting a target of at least 15 cents, then what's the point? Got 90 seconds to the open. See what happens here. Biora's down at like 650 area. That's the one that I'm kind of keeping an eye on more than anything. Obviously, I'm in Lipella now, but Bior is. I'm keeping an eye on that at the open as well because of the high short interest and how much it's up at the moment. So 60% up. Oh, it's 20% up at the moment. It's sold off a lot, but it could make a bit of a comeback. We're getting a lot of just sideways consolidation right now on Lipella. Caught between the spreads. Here we go. But we tap that 590 again for the second time. There's the bell. Right, the life out of it did. Oh, single bats. I lost 50 bucks on that. Wasn't quick enough on the. Too busy turning the signal off. I don't want to see it. So I just lost 125 bucks or whatever it was. $175. I'll quickly change my scanners over. I could have made a nice little coin there when if I'd been quick enough on. There was no reason for me to just get rid of that alert. I could have done that after. $175. I'm watching for volatility halts. I'm watching for momentum. I'm watching for breakouts. Biora. This can get over $7. I'm interested. I'm watching 2 or 3 stocks at the moment. So the S&P 500 is struggling. You going sleeping on the sofa now, eh? Okay. Okay, so let's have a look. BWEN's moving up. We'll get over $4. Broadwind, I was looking for the break of $4. I'm just holding back. We'll move back up here. Pull back. $4. I'm looking for $4. 97. Yeah, come on. Do it. You know you wanna. Looking for the break of $4. The halt level's 455, so we don't have to worry about that. $86 on the ask. SHC, my goodness, that is just shooting up right now. $18, broke 18.20, 18.25 on SHC. I'll have a look at that after this. Right. $0.75. Don't really want to get below the $0.75 here. Where the VWAP is, and it's where the VWAP and the 9 EMA is. So $91. Can we get it this time? Let's try $4 this time. No. Oh, Satera Health. I didn't want to sell. What am I selling for? Just cost me $300, like an idiot. $19. I can't believe I just cost myself 300 bucks. Nice flag breakout on B1 there. I'm in at 46. Nope, sell off on B1. Thought kind of a bit of a fake out. Thought we were going to get break. It was a nice flag formation, but then I thought we were going to get the breakout. Didn't happen. Accidentally gone short again here. Might pay off. $0.10 spreads. What the? I don't believe this is happening. What's going on with my hotkeys here? Morning, Dunkers. Via. Any stop? Yeah. Innovative. I'm even trading this one. This one got me into trouble yesterday. I need to get away from this stock. I'm making a mess of it. Yeah, I made a mess of that with my hotkeys. My fault. Ow. Popped my ear. Oh, Bior is still below the VWAP right now, Dave. Biora. It could come if it gets over $7, then I'm back interested in Biora. But right now, it's I can't believe I just did that with HC. Stupid hotkey malfunction, brain fart, whatever. 3/4 dollar level. Well, that was not what I wanted. So I get bought back up, I'm gonna have to get out. I didn't put my stop in place. Got a stop in place now. Oh, I don't know. I think there's a. Oh, I got stopped out. There's a lot of opportunity here. Well, as always, I'm giving the market a head start. What's the goal for the year? Yes, it did. So it's currently the top momentum stock right now, Super Chip. What's the goal for the year? I've yet to officially set it. I'm looking at 1.2 net, 1.5 gross, 1.2 net, which works out about 6,000 average per day, 120 per gross per day, 120 per month, and that should get me to the 1.2 net. It's a 20% increase on last year, effectively. What the VWAP? Looking for that VWAP bounce. We've got the candle made a new high. That's what I'm looking for. Now it's coming back and breaking the VWAP again. So $3/4 level, 9 EMA, all at the same level, along with the VWAP. So let's see this move up now. You're testing the VWAP itself. I got 5 cents both ways, so this is kind of a free trade. Get over $4, I'll add to the position. Well, not so much taxes, but 1.2 after transaction charges, you know, commissions and fees, etc. Oh, that's a nice little move. Why did I not have more in it? That's the question. Halted. Not going to get filled on a halt. Halted to the upside. No, I'll come back. That was a big move. I just kept that would have covered my I just kept my 5,000 in there. I'd have been a little bit better off, but LiPo seems to be moving back up now. Be another halt. Oh, yeah, halted. Okay. Well, I got more in that one. Yeah, absolutely, kangaroos. That happens. Okay, so there we go. That one's halted. What else can we do? EWN's halted. Bior sold off. Got rejected at the VWAP. Lays. Trying to make a move up. Kavana hitting the scanners. Nice one. Nice move. It's the whole dollar move there in the last 20 minutes. $0.10 trailing stop in that one. Break even. Why was it halted? Volatility halt. if a stock moves a certain percentage in a certain time frame, then the stock market will halt trading on it for a period of 5 to 10 minutes, or maybe longer, depending on how volatile the move was. So let's have a look at this one. 48, 53, 53. That will resume. Lipo will resume at 55. I've not got a stop in place on Lipo, so I really want to get that. So it's 55. So this will resume any moment now, depending. No, I got stopped out. So I've made $1,600 on that in total. It actually gapped down, so which is the halt up is 532, the halt down 354. I want to see where we are with Lipo. And this might gap down as well. This will resume in the next 5-6 seconds. Let's see. Without me. Oh, there we go. Don't it? Oh, that went without me then. We made a new high and then it sold off. So let's see what happens here. The viewer, I'll add back. Right, we're back above the $half. It needs to hold. volatility, 27 cents on the ATR. So that's what I'm looking at right now. 28 cents. Yeah, BUN's kind of consolidating now. It's consolidating around the $0.50 level, give or take 20 cents. Might pick the wrong stock to look for a continuation. I was expecting this to move back up towards kind of pre-market highs. Didn't actually reach the opening range high, so that's why I got in for the break of $6 for the retest of the open. Here we go. Let's see, we might actually get back up there. $6. Not yet, because I don't want to take the whole position. I'll get too much slippage. Between the spreads there right now anyway, so I want to test $6. It's a $0.50. Back to the support of the $0.50. VWAP 920 EMAs. Yeah, super chip. I taught myself, did a lot of reading, lost a lot of money, learned a lot of lessons. I taught myself. Took me a while to actually turn that corner. I tried trading futures, tried trading the futures market. I tried trading forex. Forex in particular is just a mug's game. It really is. I mean, it's a low barrier to entry, which is one of the reasons a lot of people go for it. But it's a mug's game. That is genuinely in my opinion, and it is only my opinion. Just a fat guy on the internet with an opinion. So forex is just gambling. Whereas when you get a strategy, I would have probably been a lot more profitable, a lot quicker if I'd had a mentor like or something that could have showed me the way, which is what I offer. Well, it was above $6 pre-market. That's the thing. So that's what I'm looking ideally for, is that $6 breakout. But it needs to stay above the, getting lower highs, also getting higher lows, but narrowing pennant. Yeah, I figured that much. Just looking at what's moving right now on my watch list charts, not a lot. What started off was 4k up, so I've had a 12k swing against me right now. No, I will. Lipo is still looking reasonably good, but I'm just, it broke new lows here, so we had this little trend line moving upwards, ascending resistance. It broke below, so we're descending, and when you've got this narrowing pennant, it usually breaks one way or the other, and it broke downwards. So I'm just going to wait for a next entry, which would be 560 would be my next entry here. Bed Bath and Beyond, UN, Bior, a lot of B's, all looking poor at the minute. Bed Bath and Beyond looking reasonable. UN here, not. I'm seeing more to the downside on my Pella. This is looking more to this. Got a flat, kind of a flat bottom now. Descending resistance into a flat bottom. Typically, that will break downwards to the downside. So I'm seeing more of a down. There we go. It's breaking new lows there. So I'm glad I got out with that one. But this potentially could still 450 would be worth a shot. Tesla moving up. Well, look at Tesla moving up. Not going to be able to get much out of that one. 2,000 shares maybe. Yeah, it's not going to move enough. Really? Yeah, not enough volatility. Always try. I'm trading. This is going to go. If I don't get this doesn't go my way, I'm going to be putting this on the no trade list. Look for the break of $18. 1846 will be a halt level, but we're way off that. We're not volatile enough to trouble that really. This is the free trade now. Want to see it break $18. Yeah, scratch trade. Like I say, free trade. Let's see what else is moving. Yeah, I'm doing okay, buddy. Just looking for something to trade. I've got a bit of a hole to dig myself out of. What are we? 6 days into 6 trading days in, 4 last week, 2 this week. I've not had a red day yet, so I'm determined I will not be starting today. Well, I'm just having a good time at the moment. What the hell's pickleball? Who knows what the hell is pickleball? So yesterday they announced Cavana Professional Pickleball Association announces 25 stop multi-city tour circuit for 23. What the hell is pickleball? Does anybody know? Let me know in the chat. If you know what pickleball is, just let me know. I haven't. Scooby-Doo. Tennis with beach rackets. Oh, okay. Every day's a school day, I guess. Oh, goodness. Jay-Z. It's another one of these Chinese education stocks. Just popped up. Had a couple of good days. How you guys know all this? I consider myself a sports fan, and how you guys know all this, and I've never heard of the damn thing. AMC having a moment? Oh, pulling back though. A little bit late to that one. Bed Bath and Beyond is still moving up. Got rejected at kind of 283, but just moving back up again now. The tennis is well, the derivatives of the tennis has been going on for centuries in different parts of the world, but yeah, lawn tennis is about 400 years old. Hey, Imran. Well, to be fair, I don't know. I don't know. I'll actually have to have a look into it. Pickleball. Let's see the break of $18. Come on. Back between the spreads. Yeah, I guess so. I'm young at heart, at least. Say that you're as young as the person you feel. I just recently got engaged, so that makes me very young. Happy days. Makes me a millennial, I guess. Ugh, I don't even like the thought of that. Wash your mouth out with soap and water, Tony. What's my view on Tesla? Tesla, not bad. I mean, the cars are crap. They've just basically got a first-to-market advantage, but they're not even in the same bracket when it comes to quality. The quality build on Tesla is very poor, but became a status symbol. So. And the problem with Tesla is its CEO. People thought he was like the second coming or something, and he's just proved with this acquisition of Twitter and his very diversive opinions that he's making sure everybody's aware of now. He's damaging the reputation of the company. He had the Midas touch for so long, he couldn't do any wrong, could Elon? Had the Midas touch for so long. And now it's going, I mean, he's lost more than in the last 12 months, he's lost more wealth than the GDP of a small nation. Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond probably get over $3 today. The volume just died out here. I got in when the volume came in, and It's died out now. I need more volume. A bit of volume on this, and over $18 will be happy. That's going way in the wrong direction. That's 20 cents down. It's kind of maxed out here. Yeah, cheers that. Aside from Bed Bath & Beyond, everything is selling right now. This pattern is pretty much the same pattern as the overall market, S&P 500. I like to see the market, the overall market. Yes, there's SPY bounce on the VWAP here as well. A lot of selling going on. Did JZ actually resume? Have a quick look at JZ. Back to SHC. Yeah, sideways. Yeah, I think most of the action took place pre-market. I should have just walked away with 4 grand. It stands right now, I'm 10k, so I've had a 14 grand swing out against me pre-market since the bell. So not going my way at the moment, but we've got a 5-minute cup and handle here. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of this. I think that's me done. Nothing else moving. Let's have a look at the LIPO. SHC has done me. SHC today is took 7.5 grand off me. Yeah, I'm not red on everything. I'm red on most things. That's the problem. Bior did me well and start off with. Bbby did me okay after the bell, but apart from that, LIPO was good to start off with as well. Pre-market, got almost 1,000 out of it, and then gave it back. Yeah, well, there's been good movements. If there are people that will have made a fortune today by timing it right, I I'm not one of them. In case you hadn't guessed. So all the good work from yesterday kind of wiped out today. Man, you're saying that this time, yeah. Let's see if B1 trying to make a move back up. And unfortunately, Alistair, first day back trading as well. You didn't really want a red one. Were you trading large? Yeah, I can see that one, David. You've got to have, the thing is, you can hold forever and it'll go your way. But the problem is that you've got to have risk management in place. You've got to set the bar, so you've got to draw the line in the sand somewhere. And with me, it's this trade right now. So $1,300 is my limit. That makes this a 5k loss. I think Bior is probably going to be a good, probably move up, maybe a little bit later. If it gets over $7 for sure, I'm back in it. That's what I'm watching out for all of today. Bior. It breaks the session, breaks new highs today. So 680, I think, is about the high of Bior. Oh, that's what I'm going to be watching. Oh yeah, SHC's moved back up to 18. It's struggling at $18. Well, Biora's moving back up now. And should stop and move it up to. There we go. 540. Below 540, I'm at. Well, I want to see Biora. Back above the VWAP, I'm interested. So 650, I think this could go places. Yeah, downwards trending. So the downwards resistance. This probably will break up upwards. These downwards parallel channels tend to break up to the upside. Yeah, and I got stopped out. So that's me done. 12.5k in the hole. Well, it's a red day. I'm going to take the dog for a walk, I think. I'll come back a little bit later. So Bed Bath & Beyond is over $3 now. I did say it was going to get $3 with that. But there you go. Well, green streak of 6 days lost. So 7 days red. We'll look to recoup that. See if we can recoup that later. If something moves, great. If not, then no. Let's have a look at JZ because that was moving up nicely. JZ moved up to 235. Yeah, it's just sideways right now. Again, you're probably looking at breakout. Let's have a look at this breakout. Yeah, 220 upwards might get you somewhere with JZ, but yeah, probably not something I'm going to trade now. This is the one that did it for me today. All the faffing about with the hotkeys, going short instead of going long by misuse of the hotkeys. My fault. Happens. Okay, guys, Yeah, .net. You said that yesterday, and I'm okay. So I don't know which version of CMEG you're in. If it's CMEG UK or CMEG Bahamas or Trinidad, because I'm with Trinidad. So I didn't have any issues, but then again, I've been using them for a couple of years, so I don't know. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on it, and I'm the first to know if I'm being overcharged on my fees and charges and things. So, but thanks for that, and that's a good point for anybody else that's with capital markets. Double check your statements and make sure that they're not charging you per fill. Particularly because I do have, because I trade larger size, and sometimes I'm using limit orders most of the time, so I might get multiple fills on any particular order, and that happens a lot with me. So if I was getting charged per fill, it would probably astronomical commissions. Just check that you're not getting charged per fill, you're getting charged per order. In terms of commissions from capital markets, it's an error that apparently it's an error that happened. It's a clerical error that happened, but they're crediting anybody that's been affected. So just double check your statements, guys. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to finish up, and I'll be back at it tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens. In the meantime, let's see if we can't recover some of this debt. I need the bathroom as well, but let's see if we can't recover some of this hole. And dig out of it. But I think there's going to be need of a decent move to the upside on some of these stocks for me to do that. So catch you later, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.